Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Zach Lesage here. Today we're going to be covering over Miraidon EX again. Now, I previously covered this deck on the channel in the Prismatic Evolutions format, but with the deck winning the regionals in Mexico, I've decided to cover it again just because it's quite impactful. I've updated the deck list a little bit, and this is my personal deck list for Miraidon. Now, I added in a Minior because Minior does give us an option to just auto win against Snorlax, using its ability to bring it up into Snorlax, and we can attack with it into Snorlax, doing 80 because there's 4 retreat cost and ×2 for weakness, 160 to knock out a Snorlax. And if they have a Mimikyu, well, then we can just retreat and attack with our Mew EX. One card that I've been considering adding into this deck is going to be a Zapdos, because I'm thinking there's going to be a rise of our Chaladon, maybe some Miraidon mirrors for our Pokemon that need to hit 230, etc., etc. But other than that, I like having the Minior and the Switch Cart to have options against Gardevoir EX when they use Tempting Trap with their Mawile. I think this list is pretty similar to the one that Azul won with. We're still just trying to use Tandem Unit, get out our Pokemon, accelerating energies, and the big thing that I see a lot of players missing is the purpose of Secret Box. Our whole goal is to thin our deck of the Area Zero and Arven, a tool card, and like whatever. And we're not really going for the whole Area Zero strategy to power up Raikou V. Of course, having a large bench doing more damage is great. We're doing it to thin non-lightning energy cards out of our deck so we can hit with Electric Generator a little bit more. In this video, I'll be showing some of my gameplay. I have the list right here, some strategy and more. If you want to copy and paste this list into PTCG Live, you can go into the description, copy and paste it. And of course, you can always get any of these cards for in real life from Kayfabe Cards, or you can craft this deck online using some code cards from PTCGO Store. If that sounds great to you, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you think about Miraidon in the comments, or just say, yo, what's up? Let's jump into some gameplay. So we won the coin flip. Do we want to go first? The answer is going to be no. We want to go second, and there's a pretty good chance that we're going to go turn 1 Amp about 60% of the time. Amp is Iron Hand's EX attack, and we're able to attack into our opponent's active to get an extra prize card if we knock them out. Here, you might be wondering, who do we start with? I'm going to start with Raikou because we have access to Fleet-Footed, and we'll see whatever our opponent's doing. Okay, we're playing against a Lugia, and they hit a Miraidon. So might not necessarily be a super long video, but our goal is to be knocking out Lugia V. It actually would have been better to start Raichu V, funny enough, but if we're able to take 2 prize cards on our opponent's active by the end of the turn, that's going to be fantastic. And it looks like we have enough pieces to pretty much almost always do that. There's a Chops. We actually don't need much to knock out Lugia just because of weakness. And they're going to put a Blood Moon down because there's a good chance we can knock out their Lugia V. So we top deck. We're going to top deck Arven. I don't see a world where we don't use Arven on our first turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Arven just so that we don't run into any issues. I do want to have access to Forest Seal Stone, and so I'm probably going to grab Brave Charm to start things off, because we can grab another tool card with our Secret Box. And I just want to see if we have things like, we did prize Latias. No, we have Latias there. We do have our Iron Hands. We do have our Miraidon. So we should be pretty good here. So let's grab Bravery Charm. And let's just go ahead and grab an Electric Generator. I'm actually fine to grab Nest Ball first. Raichu is not going to be great in this matchup, so we can actually get rid of that. Let's go ahead and use Secret Box. We don't really need this Lightning Energy. I think what I'm going to do is discard Raichu. And I'm going to grab an Ultra Ball. Because we're not going to be able to get both. Let's go ahead here. Let's grab an Arven. Because we don't really need Arven for next turn. Let's go ahead and grab an Electric Generator. Let's grab a Forest Seal Stone, and let's grab an Area Zero. I think we're going to actually end up... yeah. And we have just enough cards where we're able to go Ultra Ball, discard Bravery Charm and an Area 0. Again, we only really care about the big bench once. And the first card that we're going to grab here when it comes down to it is going to be the Latias. Actually, before the Latias, I think what I'm going to grab is going to be the Squawkabilly, which we do have prized. Okay, so we can grab that with Area 0. So let's go grab Latias, or with Heavy Ball. Nest Ball, search for Miraidon. And with Area 0, I'm just going to go for Tandem Units. Searching our deck for a this. And with our other Tandem Unit, we're just going to get set up even more. So let's go Iron Hands Magnemites. We're going to be using Forest Seal Stone no matter what. So let's go ahead and put Forest Seal Stone onto our active. We could actually maybe get something off of Fleet Footed. So let's just see what Fleet Footed wants to bring us first. Another E-Gen. We love to see it. So let's go Forest Seal Stone. This has free retreat. We're going to use Star Alchemy. And we're going to go Star Alchemy. Again, I just want to double check that I'm not confused that it's prized. So I don't see a Squawkabilly here. And we just want to have a big turn 1. So let's go ahead. Let's go Heavy Ball. Heavy Ball goes there. See, we had quite a few cards prized. But that's okay. Just knowing that we have some good prize cards, that's going to be fun. So there's our Squawkabilly. And now before we rip the Squawk, you could always go Electric Generators, and we're just hoping to hit... we could start putting them on the Iron Hands because it's a 3 energy attacker for Ampy very much. Let's go Electric Generator. Let's hope we can rip 2 here. So either way, we're going to take out our opponent's lone Lugia V. And we just need a singular energy off of Squawkabilly to take 3 prize cards on our first turn of the game. And that's a perfect setup. We don't need anything more, nothing less. Let's go ahead, retreat here. We're going to take 3 prize cards with Ampy very much. Now I do want to double check because if we take 3 prize cards here, they can attack for a double turbo. So we might need a way to kind of get around the Blood Moon Ursaluna. I think what I'm going to actually... If they just go with 1 Blood Moon, what's our best way? We could just attack with Raikou. Cool. So yeah, let's go Ampy very much. They don't have a way to knock us out because we have 230. With a double turbo, they'd be hitting for 220. But it is something to consider how many prize cards you're drawing and what you're actually offering up your opponents. So we'll take our 3 prize cards there, and let's hope that we're able to maybe attack with Raikou. Maybe they'll put down another Lugia just trying to get set up normally, and we could use Boss's Orders. And that's only if they have a double turbo energy. So we're big chillin'. There's a Jacques. Jacques is just going to grab them out some pieces. Maybe they're just going to grab out some Archeops or maybe a Lugia. And then they're going to go ahead and drop those with Ultra Ball. I'm honestly not too sure. Yeah, they're just going to concede because they don't have anything. And like, as much as like you might be like, hey, Zach, you just like turn 1 amp your opponent. This happens all the time. And this is like really how Miraidon works. If I showed you a game where I didn't go turn 1 amp, it's just going to be a bit of a struggle. So while today's video might not necessarily be the longest game, it did go through a lot of different things that we could do in the game. And there's even other ways that we could have played it out as well. It's just hard to determine what's in your prizing. So sequencing is going to matter a lot for that first action. Going for the secret box play to clear out your deck, because otherwise, if you're wondering why you're missing your electric generators, it's because you're not thinning your deck enough. And I think that's one of those big things that shows between players who know what they're doing with Miraidon. Not saying I'm one of them. I try to be. And it's another one of those things where people who are just like playing and being like, yeah, I'll save secret box for later. In a Bidoof-based format, use all your items when you still have them. I have some closing thoughts, so let me jump into those. Miraidon is a quick and vicious deck, and I really like how this list has been working. It might not necessarily be the final list that goes for Miraidon, and I think that Minior could easily be a second Switch Cart, but I like having the option if I go against Snorlax that I take an auto loss and turn it into an auto win. And it also has some helpful components against Gardevoir EX, especially when they're using Tempting Trap against you to trap one of your other Pokemon into play. And even if they knock out the Minior, you have access to using it again by using your Night Stretcher. I think this list is well thought out, and I think it's going to be one of the most played decks at EUIC. So covering the videos this week, I covered both Dragapult, Dusknoir, and Miraidon. I think these are some of the hottest decks that I have a lot of faith in at the European International Championships. Again, the list is available in the description, so you can copy and paste it right into live. And check out our sponsors, Kayfabe and PTC Geostore, if you need anything to complete these decks in real life or online. As for me, if you're looking for anything else from me, maybe some one-on-one Pokemon TCG coaching, feel free to hit me up at metapie.gg/@ZachLasage. All that being said, I will catch up with all y'all later. I'm going to be in Europe right now when this video goes up, so hopefully I cooked up my 60 for EUIC and we take the event down. If not, I'm going to be on a flight home soon, and I'll catch up with all y'all for more videos on this channel. Much love. Have a great one. Want to support the Shuffle Squad? Be sure to check out all of our sponsors in the description to pick up Pokemon TCG singles, sealed, and PTCG live codes. You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching this entire video from the Shuffle Squad. Honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate each and every person that supports our content, watches what we have going on every single day, every single week, even from time to time, and continuously allows us to have a forum to project our creative content towards the Pokemon TCG community. So if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and even leave a comment to help boost the YouTube algorithm. That being said, we'll catch you with our next video. Thanks again. Take it easy.